on something that is not backed by any assets, how would we normally call this thing? We would call it a pyramid. In other words, this is a pyramid in the digital age. But we should not be mistaken to immediately classify everything in the digital money world in a negative way, because there are three categories. The first one is central bank digital currencies. They are backed by the state, and they offer finality when transactions are settled. This is a universe that, as you said, 90% of countries are exploring. Who crossed the finish line first? The Bahamas with the sand dollar. But now we have Nigeria stepping there, and there are many pilots, of which the largest universe of a pilot, which actually made me wake up and say, well, this thing is moving so fast that the International Monetary Fund has to embrace it. China with a pilot with 128 million participants. Now, the second group, these are the stable coins. Some of them deserve the name because they are backed by assets, and when they are backed by assets one-to-one, they're really stable. They look a little bit like money market funds, but they are money market funds in this digital space. And then we have lower degree of stability. The less there is a backing, the more you should be prepared to take the risk of this thing blowing in your face, which is what happened some days ago. I want to be very, very direct that I do feel that for the people who lost money, because part of the reason they lost money is not really being well educated on this new investment world. And I want to go to the third universe, the crypto that is really not pretending to be backed up by anything, not designed to be backed up by anything. It is really the trust that is built in a way that brings value. It is an investment class. When we say, I always get upset and then I get occasional hate tweets, when I say that Bitcoin may be called coin, but it's not money. Why? Because a prerequisite for something to be money is to be a stable store of value. So you actually can plan around it. And when the first country embraced Bitcoin, and I was asked, what did we think at the fund? I said, well, it's a sovereign decision. Doesn't make it a good decision. And now we have another country that
you actually said to me, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yes.
And I'll never forget that.
Yes, that's very true. So my point here is that there are very important responsibilities for the central banks and also for other regulators of financial services, regulators of this asset class, to make sure that everybody can step into this world with some confidence that we understand that for CBDCs, the biggest question is interoperability. How are they going to connect to each other? But for stable coins, for crypto assets, it is responsibility for some regulation and financial education. I would beg you not to pull out of the importance of this world because of what Julia said. It offers us all